Hey everyone, I'm Bill.
And I'm Bogna.
And we're with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Turtle Rock, where we are going to be taking these absolutely two beautiful bikes, the 2020 Ducati Monster S, 1200S, and the Supersport S. We're going to be heading out to Lake Hennessy, and these are courtesy of Ducati North America. So first of all, Ducati, thank you very much for letting us borrow these bikes. But when these were sitting in the garage, me and Bogna got to thinking, this might be the best combo, his and her bikes, that two people can own. A nice street or a nice naked bike, and then a nice sport bike. Pretty well powered, but not too overpowered. So something that's very nice that both of us can interchange. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to head out to Lake Hennessy. I'm going to talk to you what I love about this. You'll tell us what you love about that. And then we're going to switch and ride back, and I'll be on the Supersport and you'll be on the Monster. So let's head out there and let's see what it's like. Dual. Now you guys have, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because that's obviously important. And make sure, of course, you hit the like button, because the like buttons are important for us. So let's get rolling. Good. All right. So for you already here viewers, you guys said that you guys really enjoy our kind of dual vlogs, so we thought, you know, we'd bring you guys this kind of style vlog, but at the same time, like I said, I really think that this is a very good combo, his and her bike. Now, Bogna,
Yes,
Tell me what you think about that Supersport already, because this is a bike you almost bought.
Yes, I'm a little sad I didn't buy it when I did buy it, because, you know, it's perfect for a female rider. It's not very intimidating. It's very, very smooth. It's really, really nice to ride. Like for a female rider where you don't want to have that brute twitchy power, this is an amazing bike. I love it.
Now, earlier I saw you almost flat-foot that thing, right?
Yes, so it's also size-wise and weight-wise. It's so light. Like on paper, I thought, oh, this is quite heavy, actually. But when you're riding it, once it moves, moving it left to right, it's brilliant. Like, it's so easy to get along with. I love it.
And so, of course, that's the S model, and both of the bikes are the S model. So we both have the Öhlins suspension. Although, like I said in my review, I was hoping that I could get the suspension set up, but really out of the box, the suspension feels good, no?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it could have used a few tweaks, but being out of the box, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, so, you know, the Monster 1200, now Bogna has ridden this bike on test rides. This is the first time that I've ever been on a Monster.
So how do you like it?
Well, for some of you viewers that know, I obviously have the 2020 Street Fighter V4S. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment getting used to getting on this thing, because my mind is kind of thinking I'm on the Street Fighter, but obviously I'm 40 less horsepower and everything. But I will say, out of the box, going from a person like me that I'm a high horsepower, high liter bike, sport bike kind of guy, to be able to hop on this thing has really been an easy transition. It's very, very nice. It doesn't feel like it's overpower. Ducati's done a very, very good job with the power delivery. I'm in touring mode right now, and I'll switch it up to sport mode here in a second. But what's nice, obviously, about both of these twin motors is they've got some decent torque, which takes you up through the lower RPMs, and then when you get to the higher RPMs, this thing screams. So I love it. Now, when you rode this, what was your first impression, just real quick, on this? Because you've been on this. So.
I really liked, so the very first time I rode it, that was like 2 years ago. I wasn't super impressed. It was a little intimidating. It was a little too much bike for my taste. But the second time I rode it, I really enjoyed it. It was, you know, like it kind of has a little more brewed get up and go than the Supersport, but it's really fun because it's kind of manageable, and like you said, it has that really fun little low end, and I can hold it up very comfortably. So again, even for, you know, a female rider that is 120 pounds, I'm not afraid of dropping it.
Yeah, and you said weight, so I think we're talking about almost the same weight, right? I think wet weight. Yeah, so for somebody that is used to about, we'll say it's about 430 pounds, 440 pounds between the two, so reasonably weight, but the weight distribution with these bikes are very nice. They're very well centered. It's not like it doesn't feel top heavy. It doesn't feel like, you know, it feels like it's in the right position for me on the Monster. And for you said when you got into the twisties, the thing just started responding so much better, right?
Yes, I was like, when we were riding two barriers, I was like, man, really? And then we started riding in the twisties, I was like, oh, I smell what we're stepping in.
And style-wise, to be able to have, you know, kind of two styles in your garage, it's nice. And why I really thought that this is a really good his and her combo, and why I'll stand by this, because nakeds and barred bikes are becoming a lot more popular, and you're seeing a lot more out here. And both of these bikes relatively have higher bars, but yeah. And you're set up for the touring pack, so you've got all the extra stuff in your pack back there. You got a nice big windshield and everything. So for the nice big long rides, you know, you can hop on that thing and really put some miles on it. And then, you know, if you want to get up and jam solo, hop on this thing and jam bump it to the twisties. It's really, really nice. Now, we do have planned to do a 2-up ride on the Supersport with the bags and everything, to kind of give you guys a little follow-up to why this is also a very nice couples bike, because if you guys want to do 2-up, you know, the seat cowl comes off that S, and it becomes a very nice in the touring pack, a very nice bike that you can go do a couple 100 miles on. So I think it's honestly, I think it's just the best of all the worlds.
Yeah, and it's like like you said, it's a cool combo because you have best of both the worlds, right? It's like you have totally two different bikes, but very similar to some respect, and you can switch between them, I think, easily. I'm really excited to get on the Supersport, on this Monster.
Yeah, now I've never also been on a Supersport before, but obviously I come from that kind of somewhat style, more of the sport bike style bikes. So it really, I think obviously I'll be able to hop on that thing relatively well. Now the only concern I think that we have for Bogna is this does come in a couple seat option heights, and so, but I think you've ridden this one and you were okay with it, right?
Yeah, the normal seat. Yeah, it was like it was comfortable. Like if I could have a lower seat, I would take it. But it was, yeah, a little bit high, but still comfortable. I think about what the S1000 is for me.
Got it. All right. And yeah, so it's like I said, I think that if you wanted to be able to run solo, or if one wanted to be able to run the other, it's just going to be a good combo. So that was a prime example of why we don't like riding on the street, but realistically we get around these people, and we got this beautiful road ahead of us. So and we love this road, so we're familiar with this road, so we thought that this was a good scenery to be able to bring you guys onto, and kind of give you guys, we're relatively new on both of these bikes. We've only been on them for a short time wise, but I'm already comfortable. How about you?
I'm pretty darn comfortable for like just hopping on it, and you know, like I've ridden so much less than you, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. It's so predictable and nimble. It's fun. It's really cool.
So we're gonna stop up here at Lake Hennessy. We're gonna do the old switcheroo, and we're gonna bring you guys back to Total Rock on each other's bikes, so we can get a feel and give you guys kind of, again, the first impression of what it's like to go and go from one style to the other. So I think this is a good spot to stop. This is our standard spot, and we came through here the other day and our dirt pile's gone.
A wonderful dirt pile.
Dirt pile's gone.
Whee, dirty.
But yeah, and beautiful roads. Geez, and in the day, whew, it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. What do you think?
I love it.
Are you enjoying the day?
I'm enjoying the day. I was a little chilly in the beginning, but now it's not too bad. Let me turn that off. Toot-toot.
Toot-toot.
Toot-toot. I love it, and I love that this is black and this is white. So it's like Beauty and the Beast.
I love it. I love the combo.
Yeah.
So let's switcheroo. Let's get these things turned around, and let's head on back. All right, guys, so we've pulled the old switcheroo, and I'm on the Supersport S in Bogna.
I'm on the 1200S, black on black, baby.
That thing is a monster. So you've had a little bit of time to ride that coming over here, and then I've had some time to ride this. So let's get on and head back to Turtle Rock and see how we like the old switcheroo. Let's just say that. So let's say, ready?
Yep.
All right, fire her up. And away we go. So what we ended up doing was we did a little loop. So we actually went up through Calistoga and up to Perry's and had lunch. So it gave us a little opportunity to kind of actually ride both of the bikes and get a little bit more familiar than just that first stretch out here. And Bogna, so let me ask you real quick, babe. What did riding this a little bit more? What were your thoughts on this thing?
The Supersport? I absolutely love it. It's such a cool little bike. Like it's pretty perfect for, like, it's nimble, but it can move. It's fun. It's light. It's really nice. I love it.
And so let's talk about your first impression on the monster.
It's a monster, all right. I do enjoy it. It kind of took me a second from getting from the Supersport back on this, because this is kind of it's very similar to the MT-09 in the sense of it's not quite as planted. It's a little more wiggly, and once you get used to that, like it won't go anywhere. It just doesn't feel as tight, I think is a good word. But it's so fun, and it's like torquey, and it wants to go places, and I think a little suspension love could help it a lot.
All right, so to get into my first impression of the Supersport, I'm actually enjoying it quite well. I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting the ride that I'm getting out of this thing, and I'll tell you, to go from the monster, which I enjoyed, but was a little bit off for me, and I think it was more of just because of the riding position. Going from the Street Fighter to the monster just kind of threw me off a little bit, but getting back onto this thing, I felt a little bit more at home, because I'm more in that kind of little bit of an upright position, but a little bit more sport position. So I kind of feel a little bit more at home with this thing, with the Street Fighter. I feel like this has got a better positioning than the monster, in my opinion. I like this position better. But
when it got tight, I actually liked the monster better again because of the bars. Yeah,
there's no denying the bars are just, the bars are a no-brainer when it's tight. So I think we both agreed when she got on the monster, the first thing she said is, "Where's my windscreen?" And when I got on the Supersport, I was like, windscreen. So the wind protection is really nice on this, but I'll tell you the Supersport's quite narrow, and I'm not tucked behind it at all. So as far as lower body, it's not bad. But I think honestly, I would still stand by that this is a really good pair of couples bikes. Like I would ride either one of these. You know, I think that if we woke up this morning and you want to take the Monster and I would take the Supersport, done deal, or vice versa.
Yeah. Oh, I'm having fun back here. I mean, I'm still getting used to it, but I'm having fun. And it's torquey as shit.
Yeah, that thing has got some torque and it's got some power. But, you know, don't discredit the Supersport because, you know, we're talking 300 cc's less and 30 horsepower less and 20 pound-feet of torque less. But up here, it's doing just fine. Like, really, honestly, ooh.
This is a little more hooligan, and the Supersport is very refined, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's definitely more. I think up in the twisties, like on this, I would take this bike over that one. Some tighter stuff, obviously that one, but I think that's a real good city bike.
That's a good little city bike. Yep.
You know, I think that would be a good if you're running around in the city and you're kind of sitting up and up in the twisties. I think that Monster that's kind of what the Monster has always been really all about. So I think that's kind of would put that in that category. So thank you, sir. But you know, again, it's the couple style, you know, to be able to have two different bikes of two different styles in a collection that you could have and really take both of them off. And like I said, I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing a 2-up on this thing because I think this would be a good opportunity for you to be able to hop on with her and go for a 2-up ride and still be able to enjoy it. And the tour pack on this thing is nice. The windshield's a little bit higher, but the bags, I don't notice the bags at all. And we've got stuff in the bags.
Yeah, I kept forgetting they're there. I would sometimes see it in the mirror and I'll be like, wait, where did that come from?
Yeah. So it's so the tour pack's very nice.
You look really adorable on it, babe.
Oh, well, thank you, babe. Thank you. And I'm comfortable. It's really like I said, it's kind of cool to get back on somewhat of a sport bike, you know. But it's really nice to have these higher bars, and you know, now I get why people raise the bars up a little bit higher. I can now appreciate that, and I enjoy them both. I really do. I think this is a good combo pair of motorcycles.
Ooh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is the comparison.
It's very, very good comparison. I think it's spot on to say that, because that thing's just it's an animal. It's a monster. Yeah, I'd take these two. Now, obviously, both being a 2020, I think some refinements are going to be coming to this Supersport.
They gotta give it some love.
They gotta give the display. Although although the looks of the display is very functional. And actually, I read the display and I see the display actually very well. And actually, I kind of don't mind this display. Where obviously the Monster display is a little bit nicer, but I think some refinements are going to come to this because it'd be real nice and simple just to throw that in. Style-wise, you know, obviously the Monster wouldn't be changing much. The Monsters basically look the same for almost 20 years, almost 30 years, right? 2093. So yeah, we're coming up on 30 years. The Monsters almost look the exact same. and appreciative of that. You know, to be able to keep a style. And we were talking about car styles earlier, and like my Infiniti FX that I used to have was designed in like 09, and I had the 12, and we just saw one yesterday, and to pass for 2020, you know, and it's really a good style. So Ducati's really got a good style on that monster. I don't know, what would you do different on the Street Fighter? Or excuse me, the Supersport. Yeah.
Nothing. I love how that thing looks. I love it. Maybe the tail more aggressive because it has that round tail, and I feel like the tail and the front end don't match. And I like pointy tails, you know, like how kind of like the your Ducati, yeah, like a Panigale tail on it. To just put a little more aggressive to it.
Yeah, I like it. I like that idea.
But the front, I mean, it's gorgeous in that white paint. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this white is, now I always, you know, we had, like I said, when Bogna was kicking around this bike, she actually kicked around the Supersport in white and then gray. And let's tuck in here and say goodbye. Oh. And we'll sit right over here. How's that?
That sounds good.
You know, when Bogna looked at this one, you know, I like the gray. I really actually do like the gray. But
the gray's pretty rad too. I won't argue.
But looking at this thing, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. The white is nice, and you know that the Street Fighter is getting a little bit of white put on it, right?
Oh yeah.
Very similar to this. So stay tuned, guys. So there we are. We have a pair of what I would say is the perfect pair of his and her motorcycles. It's the best of both worlds. It's the best of all the worlds.
It's like, I love it.
I love it. So,
and I would track that. So
track it. I mean, you could track that, but I don't know. I mean, we've seen these tracked, but
oh yeah, people go to town on those.
This would be a great track bike.
Yeah.
So, thanks for sticking around. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys got any questions on this, you know, shoot us a comment down below. We're of course very active in the comment section, and then likes. How important are they?
Very important.
Very important.
And don't forget to subscribe.
So smash that like button and the subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell notification. We've got stuff coming with this stuff. So if you guys are more interested in the Supersport, we've got some reviews, some long-term reviews. If you guys are interested in the Monster, if you guys been following the Street Fighter, Monster versus the Street Fighter.
Yes.
Coming soon. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next video, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.